Leo, you are the flame that dances boldly in the center of the square, the golden sun that scatters the shadows. Your presence is radiant, your heart a rhythm of passion. You don't walk, you move like a rising sun across the sky of life, turning every eye, warming every soul. If you've been searching for your own light, or simply a soul trying to stay bright in a dim world, pause now. Feel the warmth in your chest. Let these words reach into that hidden, sacred part of you and gently awaken the fire you were born with. Inside you, Leo, lives a kingdom, not built from stone or rule, but from courage, love, and unapologetic truth. You walk into rooms like they were made to be illuminated. You laugh like sunshine breaking through clouded hearts. You offer yourself to others not halfway, not reserved, but fully boldly like a gift, a celebration, a light. But even the brightest suns have nights, don't they? Even you, Leo, have stood quietly in the dark, wondering, is this too much? Am I too much? You've questioned your shine, not because it ever dulled, but because you've met people who squinted at your brilliance instead of basking in it. People who mistook your passion for pride, your honesty for ego, your strength for armor. There have been moments when you gave your whole heart, every beat, every dream to someone who couldn't hold it. Moments when your love was met with silence, when you roared into the world and no one echoed back. And in those moments, you may have tried to shrink, to dim yourself, to fit into boxes, to wear smaller dreams and quieter laughter, just so someone might stay, just so you might not feel alone. But Leo, your fire is not meant to be caged. The world does not need you small. It needs you whole. It needs the version of you that laughs from the gut and sings with your soul. The version of you that lights candles on dark days, not just for others, but for yourself too. You've been taught that being too much is dangerous, too loud, too sensitive, too brave, too honest, too radiant. But let me tell you, too much is how stars are born. It's how revolutions begin. It's how love wakes up in sleepy hearts. You were never meant to tiptoe. You were made to stand tall, to glow, to blaze trails through uncharted skies. But here's the tender truth. Even fire needs rest. Even you, Leo, need spaces where you can burn gently, where your light is not a performance, but a comfort. So if you find yourself tired today, not just physically, but soul deep, it's okay. You don't always have to shine for everyone else. You can light a candle just for you. You can sit in your softness and let the embers warm your own heart, because real strength isn't about never breaking. It's about knowing how to heal. And Leo, you are in a season of healing, of returning to yourself. Let the quiet moments teach you what applause never could. Let the stillness show you that you are worthy even when no one is clapping, even when no one sees your effort, even when you are simply surviving, not performing. Do you remember the first time someone said you were inspiring? Maybe it was a stranger who watched you speak, a child who smiled at your confidence, a friend who said, "You make me want to believe in myself again." That wasn't luck. That was your essence. You are not just light. You are the spark in others. But now it's your turn to be inspired, to be nourished, to be held, not for what you can give, but for who you are behind the fire, behind the crown. You are not a performer. You are a soul, and your soul is asking for peace. So go find it in a sunbeam falling on your pillow, in a journal entry where your dreams can breathe again, in a walk where no one expects anything of you but to exist wildly and freely. And as you breathe, remember this. You have survived moments that once tried to extinguish you, heartbreaks that cracked your ribs open, goodbyes that felt like losing part of your own reflection, disappointments that made you doubt your own worth. But here you are, still burning, not because you forced yourself to stay strong, but because deep down you believe. You believe in joy. You believe in possibility. You believe in love even when it hurts. And that belief, that faith, is your greatest gift. Leo, not everyone will be able to hold the heat of your heart. Not everyone will understand the way you love fiercely, loyally, with every cell. But the one who's meant for you won't fear your fire. They'll cherish it. They'll warm their hands by it and say, "Thank you for being brave enough to burn." So don't dim, not for love, not for approval, not for safety. Shine because it's who you are, because your light helps others remember their own. And if someone ever tells you you're too much, smile gently, because that just means they were never meant to walk with stars. And you, Leo, you were made of stars from the very beginning. Your light is not just for others. It's your inheritance, your birthright, your truth. So on the days when the world feels heavy, when you doubt your reflection, when the applause goes quiet, come back here. Read these words like a prayer. You are enough. You are radiant. You are loved not for the role you play, but for the soul you are. Let the tears fall if they come. Let them cleanse the ache. Then lift your chin, breathe in the sun, and whisper to your own reflection, "I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be Leo." And when the night returns, as it always does, don't fear the darkness. You've walked through it before. You've learned how to carry light inside your chest. The world may not always recognize your worth, but your soul does. And that's where true healing begins. Leo, the road ahead may still be winding. There may be shadows. There may be days when the fire feels low. But your journey is not about being invincible. It's about being real, being open, being brave enough to love again, to dream again, to rise not because someone asked you to, but because your heart whispered, "I'm not done yet." So dance, laugh, roar, write poems to the sky, fall in love with your life, not just the moments that sparkle, but the ones that teach. Because you, Leo, are not just here to survive. You are here to shine. And somewhere out there, someone is waiting to see your light. Not the polished version, but the real one. The one that flickers in vulnerability. the one that glows in gentleness, the one that says, I am still learning, still healing, still burning with hope